Okay, so if you're an insurance agent, you know the phone is, well, it's a double-edged sword, right? It brings you your biggest deals, but man, it is also your number one source of distraction. So what if you could get all the good stuff from every single call without any of the interruptions? Today, we're going to break down exactly how that works.
Just picture this for a second. You are completely in the zone. You're about to close a huge commercial policy, one you have been chasing for weeks. And then, bring, your phone goes off. You silence it. A minute later, it rings again. Is it that massive new lead you've been waiting for, or is it just another spam call about your car's extended warranty? So what do? Do you break that focus and take the gamble? Yeah, this is the constant juggle for every single person in the insurance game. You absolutely need the phone to grow your business, but the never-ending calls just swamp you. They pull you away from the deep work, the stuff that actually closes the deals. It's a total catch-22. I mean, just think about the sheer variety of calls you're fielding all day. One second, it's a potential high-value lead ready to talk shop. The very next, it's a current client who's in a total panic about a claim. And sandwiched in between all of that, you've got people with random policy questions, you're trying to schedule new meetings, and of course, you're dodging those endless spam calls. Trying to prioritize all that in real time, it's just not possible. And here is the stone-cold truth of the matter. In this industry, voicemail is basically where opportunity goes to die. Let's be real, if a potential new client calls you and gets your machine, they're not going to sit there and patiently wait for a callback. Nope. They are hanging up and immediately calling the next agent on their list.
And, this isn't just some minor inconvenience. It's a full-blown financial emergency that happens in the span of just a few minutes. We're not talking about having a day or even a few hours to lose a sale. The window you have to respond is, well, it's shockingly small. Seriously, think about it. When a hot new lead reaches out, whether it's online or on the phone, what's the absolute longest you have to get back to them before their interest just vanishes? An hour? Maybe 30 minutes? 5 minutes. That's it. That's the window. All the data shows that your odds of actually qualifying a new lead plummet. I mean, they fall off a cliff if you don't respond within 5 minutes. In today's market, speed is absolutely everything, and your competition is always just one click away. And let's talk about the real dollars and cents at stake here. That person on the other end of that missed call, they could have been your biggest client of the entire year. But because you were tied up in a meeting, they moved on to your competitor, the one who was ready to pick up the phone right then and there. Ouch. That is a painful, painful loss. But what if you could answer every single one of those calls instantly without ever having to break your stride? Well, it's time to meet your agency's new most valuable partner. Now, I know what you might be thinking. An automated system? Ugh, no thanks. We've all been tortured by those clunky press 1 for sales menus. But that's not what we're talking about here. A modern AI receptionist actually uses some really smart tech to have a real natural conversation. It gets what the caller needs, it can answer questions, and honestly, it sounds incredibly human. And the real leader in this space, one that's built from the ground up specifically for the insurance world, is a service called InsureConnect from the folks at MasterDomainer. It's really the solution designed to take that phone call chaos and turn it into a smooth lead-generating machine. So how does it actually work? Well, it's pretty simple. First, InsureConnect answers every single call, right away, 24/7, no exceptions. Second, it asks smart, qualifying questions to figure out who's calling and what they need. Third, if it's a hot lead, bam, it books an appointment for you right on your calendar. And finally, it logs the whole conversation perfectly in your CRM. The bottom line, all that tedious admin work, it's just done for you. Okay, so that's the how. But what does it actually feel like? What happens when you switch from that constant call juggling act to having a system that just handles it all for you? Let's take a look at what we can call the InsureConnect effect. First off, let's talk about the money, because the cost savings are huge. Hiring a full-time receptionist comes with a salary, benefits, training, all that overhead. InsureConnect can handle way more calls for just a fraction of the cost. In fact, we're seeing that AI solutions can slash the cost per call by up to 50%, all while making the customer experience even better. And speaking of the customer experience, this is a total game changer. Agencies that use this kind of tech are reporting, on average, a 40% jump in their customer satisfaction ratings. And why is that? It's simple. Callers get what they need instantly. No waiting on hold, no getting dumped into voicemail. Just fast, efficient service that makes them feel heard.
Now, this next part is my favorite because it's like finding money you didn't even know you were losing. Think about all those calls you miss after 5 p.m. or on the weekends. InsureConnect can actually convert up to half, that's 50% of those previously lost calls into qualified leads, just sitting there waiting for you when you get into the office.
One agent who uses it really summed it up perfectly. They said, it's like having a producer, an assistant, and a receptionist all rolled into one, and I never have to leave a client meeting to answer the phone. That says it all right there. So when you pull this all together, the big idea here is pretty simple. We're not talking about missed calls anymore. We're talking about unmissed opportunities. Every single person who reaches out to your agency gets the immediate attention they need and deserve. And let's be crystal clear about one thing. Technology like InsureConnect is not here to replace great agents. Not at all. It's here to take all the repetitive, distracting, time-sucking tasks off your plate. It's here to empower you, to free you up to be the expert advisor your clients are counting on. It lets you do more of what you're actually great at, building relationships and closing deals. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. How much could your agency actually grow if every single lead was captured, qualified, and followed up on instantly? What could you really achieve if you never, ever missed another opportunity?